Boston 2012. Umbra Vitae. Pardon if it's a little bouncy. I sprained my ankle, so I'm limping heavily this year. Miniatures in the top. A smattering of the first two catalogs, and then representative samples from Aiden's third catalog of 100 miniatures. A little shelf of Death, Skulls and Bones, two Skulls and Bones catalogs, albums. Beautiful Dance of Death art-bound piece with a mausoleum box. Wonderful collection of mourning cards of various sorts, and then advertising bits related to the mourning card industry. Some interesting both bindings. That's Hippolyte Lecomte's sketchbook for Costumes of Paris. Fame and Confession of the Rosy Cross, little Francis Bacon. Journal de Dames. Michael Kutch's Disasters of Love. Wonderful 1700s cipher book from Rockport, Maine. That's Planck's the first sort of scholarly treatment of consideration of theory of relativity. Some little funny fringe counterculture material. I Dreamt I Was an Infomaniac. Kathy Akers' wonderful book. Some Dada cover, and Eugene Carl's E-Magazine, the first issue. This is Coma, which is Johnny Got Your Gun with the text removed, but all of the missing commas put in. Interesting in a whole bunch of different ways. I have a few Odorama cards from Polyester, and that's, I should mention, this is David Moyer's speculative fiction, Moyer's newest work. A beautiful Warhol boot. I guess we should start high. This is Dana Smith's, her Barbie, which is collaged Barbie edition of 6, the big book of Barbie, but collaged and then photographed. David Sandlin's fabulous, trying not to get too much light burn, fabulous 9-meter long Slumbarbia. This is Wanke's Paraschwart, which is bound and printed in viscera, printed with spinal cord fluid and bile, etc. It's a spectacular piece. Broken Rules and Double Crosses and 10 Years in Uzbekistan by Ken Campbell, and a little Sylvia Plath, Leonard Baskin piece. A couple of Russell Moretz, Etherwald, and Specimens of Diverse Character, and Gianna Florilegium, the super deluxe with plate and illustrations, etc. A couple wonderful bindings, art bindings. Marquis de Sade's Justine and Baudelaire, done by Sam Feinstein. Gaylord's Farmers, and then this is Wolfgang Butke's Bartleby the Scrivener, and a one-off artist book. These are all original sketches from nature by David Moyer, which is absolutely brilliant. Claire Eloise's Wayward, another Wolfgang Butke. This is Beyond the Wall of Sleep. Mirrors by Marshall Weber. Peter Cox, Sacagawea, James Sienna, some more Baskin and Michael Kutch. Balzac and Jouve, Passion of the Desert. Jessica Smith's Unnatural Light. Eichenberg's In Praise of Folly, and another Dana Smith Gatewood work. this is the portfolio. There's also an artist book. These are full-size prints of Burroughs and Rebecca's lovely little lullabies. Waterlines, Michael Kutch. This is the new Titanic. Absolutely wonderful. Jamie Murphy in Dublin. Book on the two printers who ran the print shop on the Titanic. And there's elements of it that were printed with ink made from coal brought up from the site. Claire's Whiteness from Moby Dick. Defecating Angels and Gluttons for Rapture. And Michael Kutch's Alphabet. Your House is Mine, a little Ginsberg, around the corner, White Shroud. In the Beginning, Callaway 6, and Mazur's Massive Inferno. And then a mix of fine press, Baskin and Scott Weil, several things that Scott did. Some more Peter. This is Hand-Eye Press's lovely little Jekyll and Hyde. Bindings by Julie Stackpole. This is a very interesting exploration of how many different ways one can put a block to paper. Excuse me, by Daniel Mellis, looking at printing the front, printing the back in blind, not in blind, sequence, etc., and all of it tracked throughout. It's very, very interesting. Unusual Baskin, some more David Moyer, lovely little bit of Barbara Kesh's work, and Francisco Clemente, some Didier and Peter Bagorsh. Cuba, that's a part of one of his workbooks where he sketch out the installation pieces he was spray painting on walls. Distant Episode. This is the Occuprint portfolio and War is Trauma portfolios. Some more fine press. Colophon Art and Michael Kutch and Peter Koch. In Cold Blood, the as issued. Sex, Death, and the Devil section, which is always fun. Little bits of dirtiness. Nice signed Wives, Wheels, and Women. Execution photographs. Scratch and Sniff Vagina book, known as Snatch and Sniff, of course. Little counterculture, Canadian zines. Interesting beginnings of some early printed matter, science and critical thinking. This kind of wonderful Noah's Ark, or Noah's Warehouse as the case may be. Third imprint of Anatomy of Melancholy, which is the important one because it's the first one that includes a reference to coffee being a therapy for melancholy. Don Quixote. Fanatic low-mindedness issue with a rather amazing letter about the death of Ian Somerville. Unusual little SS piece and Newt Gingrich underwear, kind of a 1-2, and we'll end with the printer's proof and then proceedings. Printer's proof of the writ of offenses against Benedict Arnold with corrections in Timothy Matlack's hand, and then proceedings from the trial against Arnold. So that's it. Hope you're able to come. See you.